All right. When you talking about sort of the Benhet siege and dragging on for months, did the base eventually fall, or did the enemy go away?
They went away. I can't remember a single battle that we lost. And yet coming home, I went to the VVA, and third time I was there, one of the guys says, "Oh, you're the fellows who can't win the war." Oh, I was livid. I grabbed him and literally took him over the bar backwards.
You mean VFW, not VVA is VFW.
Yeah, VFW.
Yeah.
And I literally took him over the bar backwards, looked him square in the eye, and I said he was a dumb SOB. I says, if we're told to advance, you advance. You're told to sit down, you sit down. Told to retreat, you retreat. We ain't never lost a battle yet. Politicians are giving the war away and you're blaming us. And I walked out, never went back. And I'm not the only one that's had that type of experience.
No, you're not.
We didn't have anybody next door to talk to. We didn't know anybody else that had been there. Our families were split. It was difficult. I had my church, I had my family, and none of them ever once gave me the indication that I had done anything but what was requested and honored and what was appropriate. I never had those kind of problems, but yet I helped run some of the rap groups for the VVA, the Vietnam Veterans Association, because the guys didn't feel welcome anyplace else. We made our own group, and I helped run some of the rap groups for them, and it was enlightening because I'm unique. The Lord's given me very special opportunity. Every place I've been, I've not had the typical view of the business or the job or anything else. I saw everything from Saigon to literally landing out in the middle of the field and resupplying some patrols out there. And everything in between and back and forth. On a police department, I walked a footbeat 7 out of the 13 years because I requested it. And I was on special assignment from the chief. When I wasn't normally in a regular car, although I got that once in a while. I was normally a backup car. So it means I ran overlap on everybody else, and if you got a bad call, I went along. Of course, if you were busy, I got your call, and they'd send somebody from a neighboring district to back me up. But I got all the bad calls. Every place I've been, everything I've ever done has always been that way. So Vietnam, very interesting when you talk to guys from there and you deal with the group. What did he do? Was he assigned to a fire base and he was at this little bitty outpost in the middle of the jungle with 1,000 foot of cleared space to the jungle, and he was responsible for taking care of his gun and firing his gun, and he's eating C rations and basically living in a bunker? Was he infantry and on patrol? My mechanic very seldom ever saw anything but the rear base we were at, and yet they sprayed the rear base we were at 6 times with Agent Orange. He found out that through Freedom of Information Act. They fought him and weren't going to help him. He literally went to a private clinic, had blood samples taken, and proved that he had Agent Orange in his fat samples, because that's where it tends to concentrate. So then he went back through Freedom of Information Act, and the rear echelon base we were on got sprayed 6 times over there. Now, I never had any doubt I was exposed because I'm landing outside these fire bases. Well, if I take a commander out there, you got this one helipad inside the base. Well, if I shut down and tie up the aircraft there, who else is landing? So I'd pick up and go outside the base and land by the main gate and then walk back in. Well, you land out there and it's a brownout. I mean, you look through your chin bubble and find a weed to land to because you lose all orientation. There's nothing growing out there for 1,000 yards. Why does nothing grow in the tropics in a jungle area for 1,000 yards? I mean, it takes somebody that's dingbatty not to consider that, oh, I've been exposed to a defoliant. Oh. So, yeah, you know, I was heavily exposed, and then they're going to say, do you think you were? Duh. Yeah.